So just what does go into making a handmade custom knife? If you catch up with me now, I'll show you as many stages as I can. You show how me at Wessex Blades in England make the handmade custom knife. It's not quick and it ain't simple either. Many ways of making a custom knife. The way that I make a custom knife is I get them lasered out and preheat treated. It may be easier short term, but that means that I am grinding everything hardened. So it's harder on the grinder, it's harder on my bolts, it's harder on scribing, it's harder on finishing. It's a lot of work. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shape this blade to that scribed line. So I'm using a carbide scribe with a pattern piece on the blank that I'm going to be using. So now I have a line to grind to create this knife out of this blank. Question: what's the ball end on there? That's because when the laser tracks around, you get some decarb things going on due to the burning of the laser. So when you get to the end, you don't want it to basically scribe or scroll around the actual tip of the knife. So you want it to go along to the tip, go around in a circle so you don't burn the end, and then go along here. So all of that's going to be removed anyway, but not the tip that I want for my knife. This is going to get ground off slowly but surely, kept cool in water, and then degrind all the problems that would happen with the laser all the way around the outside. Everything on the inside is going to get dremeled with a carbide sort of bit end mill. So I end up into the blank to the good steel. So the first stage on this build is I'm going to grind the tip off using this machine. For anybody new into watching how knives are ground, this is a 2x72, 2 inches wide by 72 inches long. This is 2 inches by 6 feet. Big motor at the back, no guards, nothing on the outside. That allows me to change the belts easier. There are a lot of domestic units where you have to have guards on them for safety. It just slows the whole process down. Okay, so these machines look quite naked. It allows me to take tooling arms off, put new contact wheels on, and just change the machine to suit the process. No guards. Sparks are going to be flying everywhere. So anybody with headphones on, be a bit careful when we transfer to the next bit of film, because it's going to be loud with an extractor running as well. Right, next stage, these now have the tip correct. These are playing catch up now because these are already cut almost the right shape. Okay, these are actually done to that design. I'm using the belt, flipping the machine over, and now going on the edge of the blade all the way around. So like that, cleaning up all the way around the outside, across the top and removing about 1mm of steel all the way around the outside, so it's completely not what was the heat treat or what was lasered. Extract on, it's clamped, and I'm like this, it's nice and comfortable, so I've not got too much of an angle of my head, because when you're on these machines you don't want to be stood there for hours on end. It will do your neck in and your back in. As comfortable as you can make it for doing an hour's worth of work and then do something different. You don't want to be stood there like that for half a day. You do yourself in. So I'll go do this, do 4 blades, and that's enough. I wouldn't rack up 50 of them and do them 50 at a time. Right.
Clouded store.
With that really rough belt, once you try it, it's always a good idea to dash a bit of WD on it, because the rough finish is a high surface area. So even though it's stainless, good idea. Just for that time being, coat it in WD. So rest that there.
This is a diplomatic ship. And where is the ambassador? You're part of the Rebel Alliance.
So we'll call it a day on that stage because I have other things to do. But the only way you can be able to keep up with what the next stage will be is if you subscribe, because then you'll get a notification. Clever, see, it's YouTube stuff. So I got the next stage will be putting a scribe line on after I've took a sharp corner off. More of that on the next video, which you'll need to follow.